And Lomely was a rich man. He was a nobleman with lots of land and a big house. And he also decided to have himself a private army. He persuaded all the local guys, all the local farm workers and factory workers to dress up in a very nice uniform and go to his estate, all his grounds and his land. And they used to sort of have like these private sort of little army things going on, you know. And they'd have a really good time. But then England found itself at war. There's a thing, doesn't happen very often, does it? They were fighting with Napoleon. This is a while back, you can imagine. And what this guy Lomely did, he actually sold his private army, these poor young guys who didn't know what the hell was going on. He sold them to the king, and they were sent off to fight Napoleon in a real, proper war. And which was a very common thing that happened. James was telling me that it's the private armies and private regiments and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's still the most famous regiment in the Canadian Army still exists, the PPCLI, the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, which was bought and paid for by Princess Patricia herself and still exists as a unit within the Canadian Army.
I've no idea who Princess Patricia is.
Well, oddly enough, she was the sister of Princess Alberta, who Alberta is named after. She was one of Queen Victoria's daughters.
There you go. Did you know that?
No.
That's a relief. I didn't know that. I'm English. So. Anyway, this is the story of Lomely. It's a sort of an anti-war song. When we found the song, it was a sort of a recruiting song, trying to encourage people to get involved in all this. So we've turned it onto its head and made it an anti-war song in grand fashion. So this is the story. Yeah. We should do that with all of them. This is the story of Lomely.
And Lomely, like other lords as well, also paid a lot of musicians and stuff to write songs about the greatness of the family. Some of which still survive.
They do.
Only the Lomely. I'm just a Lomely boy.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's one of them.
I'm Mr. Lomely.
Oh, my.
If you're ever in England and you're travelling north up the main highway, up the A1 motorway towards the borders there, just on the right-hand side before you reach the city of Newcastle, there's a castle at the side of the road. That's Lomely Castle. It's still there. And that was exactly where this song happened. And there's just a big castle just off the highway there. You'll be able to see it. And it's still there, and now you can hire it for weddings and conferences. So there you go. All is not lost. This is Lomely. Here we go. Come all ye lads and lads to shine, light and fear and story. Come listen to this tale of mine before you march to glory. Tall hat and fancy uniform might sway your sweetheart's feathers, but faced with battles, fire and storm, bright jackets will it save you. Scorn, musket, sword and lance, cherish yoke and plough. Lomely leads a merry dance, there's nought can save us now. Scorn, musket, sword and lance, cherish yoke and plough. Lomely leads a merry dance, there's nought can save us now. I signed with men prepared to stand to guard our native county. Now we shift to foreign lands while Lomely counts his bounty. Strangers all have fire and drill as cannon rages louder. Raw recruits can match our skill in gun and ball and powder. So won't you scorn musket Old England, when the lion roars and the flag is flying, sends your sons into the wars, then marvels if they're dying. Only for the British air